everyone, it's Bobbie. I have a quick share for you, a couple little minis I created. This again is with the Cozy Christmas by Echo Park, and this is part of my design team package from Country Craft Creations. And I made these two little minis. Both of them are 6.5 by 7.5. And I just pulled some old ribbon out of my stash to use as a tie. These are all, this is the green artisan cardstock. I've used some of the stickers and cut aparts just to make a collage on the front because I'm down to small pieces now, but I hate to throw anything so pretty away, so I decided to make a couple of minis. This is a little bubble. I'm not sure if how you pronounce it. It might be cabochons, I'm not sure, but it's a little bubble embellishment with a Santa in it, and it is from Bobbie Scraps. And then the back is very plain, just with the boot paper. Isn't that pretty? It's so cute. So on this inside, this is very simple and easy to do. We have a little pocket. Let me grab a couple of embellishments out of this wick. I forgot to put anything in that one, and I'll show you. This is a pocket, goes all the way down in. And I just haven't made anything for that yet. And you get plenty in it. Actually, you could get both of these in there and then some more. I don't want that one to slide all the way to the bottom because it's not very deep. But you've got plenty of room in there for embellishments. And then on the front, I just used a little sticker. And I actually rolled this under to have a finished edge. And then there's a little booklet in there that says Cozy Christmas. And you can put some of your little photos or some journaling in there. Just tucks up under there. And then in this side we have an expandable pocket which has lots of room in it. And I just have a cut apart with a photo mat. Plenty more room to put things in there. This little folder just ties with a ribbon. I just have the wood grain on the back. You can add photo mats, journaling, or just leave it plain if you wish. Then on the inside we have a pocket. Let me use these again. And you have room for photos, journaling, whatever on these plain sides. Isn't that cute? It's so easy to make. I made both of these in a day. No problem at all. So there's that. And then on the front of this little pocket, I have a snowflake with some gold twine. This is also from Bobbie Scraps. So it just closes up like that. Really easy to do, super easy, and quick gifts. Let's move this one aside and I'll show you this one. This one I did in the white artisan cardstock. And this is from the stickers. These little embellishments I had in my stash. And I just wrapped some twine on the spine, and the back is green with a pair of the boots on there. And I just took one of the stickers and I put it on a die cut that was scalloped, and then I triple matted it, and I thought it turned out really pretty. I like the brightness of the white cardstock. On the inside we have the same pocket. Have a photo mat in here that's just plain on the back, and I just used my scraps for all of these. Then we have another little booklet, some more of those embellishments that I had in my stash. And here's your little booklet with some snowflakes and a stocking on it. And just slips right back under there. And these little dies just keep it from falling out. Okay, and in this pocket we have a photo mat. And this little folder has another Bobbie angel on it. Just twine around the button. Flips up. You have room for journaling or a photo there. Here as well. And then we have another pocket here, which you can put more photos and embellishments in. So it's just really, really cute. These were so easy to make. And then on the back, I just have 3 little strips of paper. On the pocket, I have added some embellishments, little gift boxes that I had in my stash. And that's it for these two little minis. They were super quick and easy to make. There will be a short tutorial following this walkthrough showing you how I made the red and white one. I hope you enjoy it. If you make one, share them with us and let us see what you've made. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye. Okay, the first thing you need for this little folio is 2 pieces of chipboard, 6.5 by 7.5. Then you need your cardstock, and I'm using the Artisan Red, and I have cut it by 8.5 by 9.5 so that we have 1 inch all the way around. And if you'll take 2 scrap pieces of chipboard and cut them at 1 inch, let me make sure you can see all of this. Let me move my board over a little bit. Okay, got these 2 1-inch strips here, and just lay them down as a guide. Then remove your score tape sheets or whatever adhesive you want to use. I'm using some of my scraps up of my score tape sheets. I save all the little bits and pieces because you never know if you're going to need them for a belly band or a spine or whatever, you know. I save everything. If I don't need it later, I can always throw it away, but if I need it, I've got it. Okay, now make sure this is up here tight, and just put your piece right in that little spot there. Press it down and lift this out of there, and you've got a perfect 1-inch mat. Oh, there's my second one. I had them together. So we'll do it again. Got a full piece for this one. And I'm just using lightweight chipboard for these little small folios. So just stick it right up in there. Put it down. Lift your strips out. And you'll save those and you won't have to keep cutting them. I really like this We Are Memory Keepers thingy-me-bob for pieces this size. Some projects it's too big for, but for this one it's not. And then you want to roll your edges just like you would if you're wrapping a complete album cover. So just roll it and give it a good burnish. This is the way new method Tammy came up with for wrapping your covers, and it is so much easier. It takes very little space, of which I'm compromised on, so this is excellent for me. She said she'd had people comment that because of arthritis they had a lot of trouble wrapping the covers, and they were looking for another way to do it, so she came up with this method for that reason. And I don't have arthritis in my hands, but I do have a small working space. And when I'm wrapping a complete cover together, sometimes it's really difficult, especially if I'm trying to film it. I don't have enough space without slamming into my camera. So we're going to cut out these corners like we always do. Now I'll put a link in the description box too to Tammy's video where she shows you how she does it. And just lay your scissors up along the edge And use your cardstock for a guide and just trim off these edges so that when we glue it down, you have a nice corner. And then we'll do the long sides. Trim all of these up, and then we can glue them down. Okay, let me get my 1/2 inch. I like to use the 1/2 inch just around the edges. I don't use it here and here like some people do. I just don't feel like I need that much, but I do like it on this edge here. Just straight along there. I need to get out a block or something to get a straight edge because I always have trouble with that. But I don't have a block out at the moment. So we'll make the best of it. I can use scissors. We'll do that. There we go. Looks a little neater, doesn't it? And the fourth one. And these are really simple and easy, quick to make. Which, you know, for Christmas, you may have teachers that you want to give something to, and maybe you don't have a lot of time. I mean, we all get busy at the last minute with baking and wrapping gifts and all of that good stuff. Okay, I got a piece hanging over here I don't want. Get that off my scissors. Okay, whoops, I don't want that in there. Okay. So let's put a little glue down here just to soften those edges and make it so we have a nice seal in there, not a air gap, you know. Let's roll it in, push it into the chipboard with your fingers, and then just fold it down. And go around to the other side. Get a hold of it. I broke 2 fingernails yesterday, so I'm a little compromised on grabbing hold of that. I should get my pick out, but I didn't. Okay, there's the white glue, the art glitter glue, and press it down. Okay. Kiwi? Kiwi's dreaming. Can you hear him? He's kind of whelping in his sleep. Burp, burp, burp. He's having a dream or nightmare, I don't know which. Okay. He gets in trouble a lot because he misbehaves. But he's still a pup too. Okay, I see a little pucker there I don't like. I'm going to trim that up. Looks like it's going to be okay now. Okay, and you'll do both of your pieces the same way. Where is my... this one down yet. Need to do the spine. I didn't do the spine. I want to show you that before I wrap the other one. Let's put these strips down again. And I think this is wider than what I need, but that's okay. I'll trim it off. Maybe this is the piece I need. That's the piece I need. Not this one. Got the wrong one. There we go. Now we got our spine piece. And we'll just put it in here just like we did the others. Okay, let me trim that off. It's wider than what we need. We only need it to be 3 inches wide because our spine is 1 inch. Don't need that extra. Now I'll put this back in here. Okay. Score both. Okay. Now for this, we're going to fold it over completely and burnish it really good. And we'll use the art glitter glue for this. You can use the score tape if you want. Nice edge on there. I'm going to make several of these small little folios for gifts. You know, depending on what papers you use, you could make these for birthdays, Christmas, you could make Halloween ones. Just whatever you want. Get my glue up there. Okay, let's wrap this other one real quick. Got a little glue on the board there. It's going to be covered up, so I'm not going to worry about it. Let's cut out the corners. I always cut them a little bit short because I can go back and take more out, but I always have a fear of taking too much to start with, and then here we go. Cut this. I've got another one of these cut out in the artisan green that I'm working on. They're going to be so cute for Christmas gifts. I'm going to trim these up. Lay down, Kiwi. Kiwi. Lay it. Be a good boy. Okay. Let's trim these up. Tell you, every time he hears a noise, he thinks he has to run and investigate. He gets himself in trouble. Okay. Those are good. So far, so good. Let's get our score tape on. Okay. Got kind of curvy there, huh? Okay. There's that one. Okay, let's put some glue on here. You see how quick this goes? Gosh, it's so easy. Why didn't somebody think of this sooner, right? See a nub there I don't like. Okay. Let's see one there too. Okay. Never hurts to check yourself. Tape overhang there. And I didn't get my score tape right to the edge here, so we'll run some more glue up there. Just to make sure I get a good seal. Okay, there's our two pieces. And our spine. Now, let's trim this just a hair. I think Tammy trimmed hers a hair. Let me see. Okay, I'll trim him just a hair, but not much. Just a tiny. Let me burnish this before I trim it, so it turns both ways. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, now that fold gives me a good idea where to trim and what not to trim. Okay, now turn it upside down. And we're going to put our glitter glue on this portion here. Don't put it all the way into the fold, but close to it. And then turn this one and put them together just like that. Push it right up to it. And then burnish it down. Isn't that awesome? I love it. I'm going to do the same thing to the opposite side. I'm sliding off the edge there. Okay, now the other side, right up to that fold. Push it down really good. Flip it over. Burnish it really well. Now all we have to do is cover the inside. And look how awesome that is. Isn't that cool? I love it. Okay. And like I said, I'm making a green one as well. So I'm going to go ahead and cover my green one and cut some papers out for this one. And I will be back with you shortly. Alright, we're ready to put this together. So we have our basic album cover, which we put together. And then all I have done is add a piece that's 7 3/8 by 5. And I used the score tape sheet to attach it to the inside. So I have a piece of the design paper that I'm going to put in here. And Kiwi's going to start acting up again. He does it every time. He always thinks he hears noises, and I have to go through the house to show him there's nobody there. But he just keeps it up and keeps it up. He's always on high alert for some silly reason. He's nuts. So there is that. Going to go right there. Okay, and then on the right hand side, we just need a smaller piece because there's going to be a pocket down here that covers it. So we'll glue this in place. Okay. And piece is going to go up here, and I'm getting shy on paper. I'm down to small pieces now, so I'm using what's left. But there's always something you can do with these smaller pieces. Okay, now for the left-hand side pocket. Let me lay this aside. We have a piece that is 6 by 8. And we're going to score with the 6 at the top. We're going to score at 1/2. Then we're going to turn it to the 8" and score at 1/2. Turn it back to the 6 and score at 1/2 again. So we've got 3 sides scored at 1/2, just like your basic pocket. Then we're going to go back to the top. On the 8" we're going to score at 1/2", actually 7½, and then 6½. And this is just going to make the little top of our pocket. So at the bottom we want to take out these corners, just cut across your, not into your score line, so you can get rid of all that extra. Then at the top we're going to cut these 2 pieces out here. And then on this one you can angle it a little bit. And then we want to angle these 2 little spots right here, just a little. Okay, that's all for that pocket. Let's go ahead and score the other one while we're here. Then I won't have to. Alright, this one is 10½ by 4, and this is for the right hand side. And I'm going to take just a smidge off of it so that it's not really tight, and get into my just like that. That's all I took off. But you'd be surprised how much of a difference it makes as far as not hitting your fold. Okay. So with the 10 at the top, you're going to score at 1/2, 1, 1½, and 2. We're going to turn it around and do the same thing. Hey, knock it off now, that's enough. Oh, they go nuts. 1, 1½. Roxy, that's enough. Now he's got his mother bellowing. They think they hear something. And then with the 4" at the top, we're going to score 1 time at 1/2. Now we're going to take out these 4 little squares right here on both sides. And you can angle just a tiny, not much, but just a tiny. They seem to have this radar that tells them, oh, she's filming. Let's see if we can make some noise. And then they do. Get rid of my scraps here. Okay. Go ahead and fold this one the 1/2" under. Fold this one under towards you. Under. Now if you don't want this raw edge out, you can cut that one off. It doesn't bother me. Under towards you. Under. Just make sure you keep it inside of this. You don't want to extend it out. Now that's going to be your pocket. So, take your punch board. I have the 1, 2, 3 punch board. I had the first one, the small one that when they came out with first, and it finally quit on me. The puncher stuck. So with this folded, I'm going to put it in at the 1/2 inch mark and punch. And then I'm going to flip it over and again at the 1/2 inch mark. Hush, Kiwi. I'm going to punch. And then I showed you before how to line it up in your cutter and go from one side to the other, but we'll do it again. This one is the one with the wire in it, so you can see your wire and know exactly where you're cutting. Hush, Kiwi. Right. There. Put it in there. You can. This is so thick, I don't know if it's going to work. There we go, we're cutting. And you'll feel it when you get to the other end, you'll feel it release. And if for any reason you have a little nub there, what did I do with my little emery boards? Here's one. Just take an emery board and go over that little nubby spot, and it'll smooth it right out. So there's your pocket for the right hand side. And let's put a little glue on it. Kiwi. I'll put just a little dot of glue on each one of these bottom pieces. And a clothespin. Just till it sets up. Okay, and that'll be our pocket. And I think I will trim this just a hair. Okay. I'll set that aside. And let's go back to this one. Throw these away after a while. So let's burnish all these score lines. Should have cut that out, shouldn't I? This piece is going to fold down. It just gives you a nice rolled edge, and then this one will fold down just like a cuff on a sweater or a jacket. I just think it looks really nice like that. So I'm going to, and once again I left my pin out of my glue. Let's hope it's going to flow. It's kind of chilly here this morning, so I hope it didn't get too thick, but it's coming out okay. There's some dogs outside barking. I just discovered that's what's getting Huey all riled up. He hears those dogs. I think the people next door are moving, and their dog is beside himself. Okay, after we get design paper on here, then we'll put a little spot of glue here to hold this, but I want that to be a tuck spot, so I'm going to leave it loose in the middle. And I'll show you the green one that I made, what I do with it. There it is. This is what it's going to look like. This is the green one I made, and I just used some of the embellishments. Like I said, I'm really low on paper, so I just made a collage on the cover and used some ribbon I had in my stash. And then here's the pocket, and I've just added one of the embellishments, one of the stickers, and I added a little booklet there, just like that, and that'll stick up under there and it'll hold it down. And then on this side we've got the expandable pocket, and I've got one insert that I've made so far, but I'm going to make another one of the folders like I had in the last project, and I just kept it very simple on the back. And this is just a Butterbee, I think they call them cabochon or so. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But anyway, that's the plan with this pocket. So let's bring this back in and put our pockets down. Make sure these don't overlap so you don't have bulk in there. It does a little bit. Okay. Oh my goodness, they just won't quit today. It's coming out slow but sure. Okay, let's put this one down about as center as I can, and even from the bottom. Like I said, we'll glue that down after I get some design paper, so I want to tuck it just up under the edge. And then this one is going to go right down here, just like that. Guys, knock it off. There is nobody here. Huey, settle down. Now go lay down. Go on. I doubt that he's going to lay down, but I told him to. He doesn't mind very well, as you can tell. The last few days, every time I try to do anything, he's raising Cain. Huey? Goodness. I'll have to take a break here and do something with him. He'll drive you all crazy. Okay, there's that one. Line it up on the outside here. And right there we go. Okay. Give it a good press. looks like we're in business there. Okay, now I need to cut my design paper. I'll have to go through my scraps and see what I've got that's big enough, and then I'll be back and we'll put those two pieces together and we'll make a insert for this one. And then you can put, you know, whatever you want back here. You can make tags or die seats the full length, so you can get quite a bit in there. Alright, I'll be back shortly. Okay guys, I have cut my pieces for these two pockets. This one I did the same way I did as the pocket, but when you cut your notch, you want to put it at, let me see here, we did the red at 1/2, so we punch this one at 3/8, and then it will fit perfectly on there. So let's put that, oh, I haven't inked it yet. Let me ink it real quick. I'm just going to use Vintage Photo for this. And then I'll go ahead and finish embellishing it off of camera, and then I'll come back and show you the final walkthrough. I've got to search through my stash and see what I can use for a stopper over here. I don't know what all I've got left, not a lot, but I'll come up with something so I can make another little booklet for that. And then we still have to make an insert yet. I forgot about that, so I gotta come back and do that one more time. So there's this little design paper for that. And then this piece goes over here. And this is just a border paper. I decided to use it because so much of what I've got left is basically red. And I didn't want red on red. So I'm going to put this down here and bring that to it. I'm going to have just a little bit of red showing, but it's okay. So we're going to put this on here, just like that. And then we'll put a little dot of glue here, and a little dot here. I just want that to stay down. See if I don't think my clip is going to go that far. The side piece will, I think. Yeah, maybe it'll hold it down. Let me set my glue bottle on it while I ink this little piece here, this 7/8 inch of a strip. Okay. I'm going to glue this little piece in. Yeah. Glad it wouldn't glue side down, right? Oops. Oops, down too far. Here we go. Oh, that's up too high a little bit. Wasn't quite straight. Well, you know what? Doesn't look like it's cut quite straight. Scissors, where'd you go? Here they are. bit more ink on it. Okay. And a little bit more glue. There we go. That's better. Okay. Yep, that's better. Okay, now I'll get started on cutting the pieces for the inserts, and I'll add some ribbon here, and I'll be back shortly. Alright. Okay guys, I have the insert pieces cut out. On my cut list you will find two of the inserts. One will say folder for red album, the other one will say folder for green album, and that way you'll know which is which. I'm going to give you both, even though we didn't make the green one on camera, because it's pretty much the same thing, just different papers and embellishments. So here is the red one. This one is 6, I think, by 10. Yes, 10. And then it is scored on the 10-inch side at 3, and on both of the long sides at 1/2. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut in from on these score lines where we scored at 3, and you can put it in your paper cutter, or you can do it with scissors, however you feel most comfortable. And then we're going to cut away this excuse me, this long part here. We're going to cut that all the way out, because we don't need it. And the same thing on the other side. Now we're going to put these together, but then I'm going to embellish them off camera, and you will see them in the final walkthrough. That's the only way I can keep my video at a reasonable length. There's that one. Okay, those are trash. We're going to score these two, or burnish these two where we've already scored them. Now that should leave this at 5 inches. So if you want a notch in it, which I do, I am going to use my mini board, but I'm not sure where my mini board is. So I am going to put it in the punch at 2.5, so it'll be right in the center. 2.5, and just put a notch in it. And then I'll do my paper the same way, my design paper. So this will be, let's miter the top edge of these so we don't have any little overhangs there. This one, I actually scored it down the wrong side, but once we get design paper, I'm just not going to show anyway. And sometimes if you go down the back side, you can push a lot of it out. Okay, this is going edge to edge, so let's trim these a little. And we want to glue this. Oops, this one is 5.5 by 5. So we're going to glue it on right at the top edge. This little one doesn't have to be mitered. It's 3.5, I think, by 4.5. Yeah, 3.5 by 4.5. And it's just going to get centered. Between the other one. And ballpark it as best you can. I'm not sure if I want a little glue there. I got an overhang on there. Yes, it does. Let me trim this. It doesn't look like I had a really straight cut, does it? There we go. Okay, so let's lift that up, and this gets glued down. Actually, let me take a snip out of this so it folds real nice before I get glue on there, and I have to have glue on the scissors, which I've been known to do that in the past too. So that is going to make the pocket, and that will be perfect for the 3x4 cut-aparts. And then I'll put a little button down here in a piece of twine and wind it together. So that will be the red insert or folder. The green one has 7 by 6 and it is scored at a half on both sides. Then we have a half. This was 6 by 7. I got so many things going on here. I'm not able to say most anything. Yes, 6 by 7. This one is 5 by 7. So we're going to glue those together just like making an album pocket, a pocket page. Same thing. Match up our top and bottom. Burnish it together real good. Now we want to glue the other side. This over, match it up, and it's also not cut right. I'm on a roll today, but it ain't no big deal. We'll just trim it off. I have this creative, I think it's called Creative Memories paper trimmer. I'm really unhappy with it. I haven't had it very long, but it gives me a rough cut, it gives me crooked cuts, it just makes me so tired of it. And I haven't had it very long. Alright, this one is 4 by 7. And this one is 3 by 7. And they are going to attach to each side. And it's not a perfect match like a gatefold, it is an overlap. So let's trim these down on here just a little. And I think I'll probably put a ribbon closure on it, and then we'll have an insert, or you can have a flap at the top, whichever you want. You can always add a flap if you prefer a flap. But I think I'm just going to glue the bottom of mine shut so that I can put tags in it. At least that's my game plan. Okay. Let's match up these corners. And then this one. And this one goes on this side. So it opens like this. And then we'll have an insert that comes out here. So let me put a little glue down here at the bottom and seal this up. Actually, you know what we could do? I've got a piece of scrap here. Could actually put a pocket down here. I think I like that idea, just kind of a flat pocket. Because I don't want it to interfere with those. Actually, this is just under 5. So we could cut this just under 6. Let's do that. Might as well use this piece that we've got. No sense of wasting scraps, right? Oh, I gotta mark it at just under 6. Let me get a pencil and mark it. This is what I mean by designing on the fly. Let me put a mark at 6 and I'll cut it just a little shorter than that. So we can stay away from that fold. And this is just under 6. So let me put a notch in it. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. Just a little less than 3. Should be about center. There we go. Now let's score this just like we would a pocket. Might as well make use of the stuff we got, right? What did I do with my scoring tool? I'd lose my head if it wasn't hooked on sometimes, I think. Okay, there's the 1/2 inch. Half inch. And a 1/2 inch. Okay. So let's cut out this bulk here like we always do in a pocket. Miter these top edges just a hair. Make a little small pocket for tags and little stuff. Be cute. So that should fit in there. Perfect. Now we can put this inside the pocket here to close it up. So let's put glue on both sides. And that will help close it up. And I'll stick this in the pocket here, this little opening. And centered up where I want it. That'll be perfect. Now we can glue these two little sides down. Oh, that was a good idea. Didn't even occur to me till last minute, but I like that. And we can also use a string and button closure on this one if we want. That would be really cute. I like using buttons and twines on the albums. Okay, so there you go. There's your pocket, and there's your flaps. Alright, that's your inserts, guys. I will get them embellished, get my design paper on them, and I'll be back with you in the walkthrough. Alright, I'll see you soon.